Aitor, how much did yourself, the players, everyone around the training ground need that performance last week? How much has it helped the morale?
As you can imagine, everybody's really pleased, but I think it was the reflection of the last 3 weeks, because we had a good performances against West Ham, and especially the first half against Watford, and Arsenal was a bigger scenario, because to play against Arsenal, especially after our last defeat against Watford, everybody was expecting Arsenal to beat us easy, and we played a really good game. We had a few chances to score, and 4 or 5 days later, I still think that we should have won that game. But it's past, is the way that we have to keep going.
The team and yourself received a little bit of criticism after that Watford match. Did you use? Do you think you used that to your advantage to help you get that result for the weekend?
No, and I said in this room last week. So we have to understand, and I have to understand and to admit the critics, because I am the coach. But the only way to win the games, the only way to do good performances, to try yourself, to try your staff, your players, and is the way that they've done since I arrived here, and is the way that I'll keep doing, because it's the only way.
The man everyone was talking about after the game last week was Adama Traore, who's excellent throughout the game. Can you see why the supporters and others are getting so excited about him?
Yes, but I said also last week that he's 20 years old. I spent last week a lot of time with him in the video, in the pitch, so he needs to learn a lot, because again, he has massive potential, but he's just still young, and he needs to learn tactically. He needs to learn a lot of things, but the best thing is that he's ready to learn, and he's looking forward for learning.
Do you think, obviously he's got undoubted ability, but do you think that raw pace that he has can be the difference sometimes in the Premier League from drawing or winning, or or losing?
Yes, and I said before the game last Arsenal that Adama can bring us the pace that we didn't have, and we need, because again, in Premier League you need players like him. For that reason, when we signed him, I knew him, and I knew his speed. But again, it's more about the speed. He needs to understand that he's coming to a really organized team, so he needs to understand practically everything, and the day that he understands everything, he can be an amazing player.
I think I make it your 150th game in charge of Middlesbrough on Saturday. I don't know if it looks like you weren't aware of that. How do you sum up your 149 games in charge so far?
I couldn't imagine, because it's been now almost 3 years, and sometimes these 3 years has gone really quick, sometimes really slow. So the main thing is that 3 years ago I was in this room with one job, with one thing to do, and it was to put Middlesbrough Football Club in Premier League, and we're in Premier League. So it's the main thing, and the way that we've achieved this achievement is once again going together, and once again I have to say that I did the right decision.
That's 50 games a year. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
It's Championship is a lot of games. So again, it's nice, because it's nice to be in the Premier League, but it's nicer when you are in Premier League, because you have been fighting 2 years and a half in Championship, because you can enjoy it more. Managers
these days tend to have a short shelf life. They don't last at clubs too long. Does it make you proud to know that you've been at Middlesbrough for that amount of time, given the fact that you're a relatively young manager?
Yeah, because again, I said always that when I met Steve Gibson, I knew that to come here was the best decision. And after 3 years, we've grown together because again the club was going to League One and we are in Premier League. So the first season was to establish the team in Championship. The following season we played the final, and when everybody thought that the next season was going to be difficult, we got promoted direct. So it's just to once again to trust each other. Steve, I think, trusts me, and I trust more him and the club and everything. And this is the way.
What's the biggest thing you've learned in that time?
That you can't stop. As a manager, the first season was to establish the team, and you said my job is done. But the following season was to get promotion. We played the final, we were close to get promotion, and it wasn't possible. So the following year we had to work again. And now in Premier League, when you lose 1-2 games, you are criticized. So it's as a manager, you need to know that the football has a small memory, and you can't stop now.
Just wondering if you have Snapchat. Do you have Snapchat? Ben Gibson yesterday, did you see his Snapchat story?
No, I have Twitter, and it's more than
I'm just wondering if Avro got a trolley back. Wondering if Avro got a trolley back.
I don't know. But I haven't seen, but these kind of things is good for everybody to see how good atmosphere we have here, even in the tough moments.
Thank you.
Aitor, just thinking about the defence so far this season, it was your second clean sheet of the season at Arsenal, and you were also only the second team to stop Arsenal scoring this season. How much pleasure did that give you?
It's the way that we got promotion last season. It was the key. It was I said always that the foundations are to not concede a lot of goals, especially when you are in Premier League or when you are in Championship and you want to get promoted. But again, it's important for the team, for the belief, because when you are not scoring a lot of goals, at least if you not concede goals, is I think the best foundation.
You mentioned not scoring a lot of goals. Middlesbrough is still the second lowest scorers in the Premier League. Does that concern you at all, the lack of goals?
I'm not concerned, because again, with the players who will have the quality that they have, they were going to score goals, because last Saturday against Arsenal we had 3-4 chances, and players like Gaston, like Adama, like Negredo, one day they'll score goals. So it's just to keep playing our style, to keep going to the games thinking that we can win every single game, and is the way.
Bournemouth on Saturday, a team like yourselves that have the primary objective first and foremost of staying in the Premier League. So does that give this game an added importance?
I think it's more to try to win our first game at home, because we want to win every single game. And the main thing is not to not arrive to these games obsessed that we have to win because we are playing at home, because it's Bournemouth. So we have to keep improving, because again, after Tottenham, especially the first half, the team has improved, and is the main thing. We have more experience, because to play against Arsenal and the way that we played and we managed that game was really good, and for that reason we have to keep improving, because once again we showed that we can compete.
What have you made of Bournemouth's start to the season so far?
Sorry?
What have you made of Bournemouth so far this season? They're on a really good run coming into this game.
Yes, but it's not a surprise for me, because I really like Eddie. I met him my first season here, and the job that he's doing there is amazing. They got promoted last 2 seasons ago, and last season they did really well in Premier League. They have better players, they have more experience. For that reason, it's going to be a tough game, but I'm really pleased for him, because he's a young manager and he is doing a really good job.
Obviously, they had that remarkable 6-1 victory over Hull. When you look at that game, does it make you wary of them at all, of what they can do?
No, because if I wasn't worried about going last Saturday to Arsenal when we had lost against Watford, I never am worried about the opponent because again we're in Premier League and we know that every single game is going to be really tough.
Will you use that whole game, footage of that with your players before the match to look at it, to learn from it, because it was such a remarkable result for Bournemouth?
No, but because I don't think we are we are different. We are not conceding a lot of goals. We are playing at home, so I'm really looking forward for this game because again the main thing and the thing that I am positive is because the team is improving.
And finally from me, I know you say your focus is to get the first win at home, but in the wider context of your fixtures in November, a really tough run, Manchester City, Chelsea and Leicester, does that make this game more important as well?
No, because again, nobody had expected to have a point in Arsenal, and we drew that game. Just is to keep going, to think that we can compete against every single game, and once again to say that we are here because we've been working really hard the last 2 years and a half.
Aitor, on the training ground this week, do you get a sense of how much self-confidence the lads have got from that performance at the Emirates?
Yes, but it's not just about the last performance, it's about the first half against Watford, the 90 minutes against West Ham, so again, after the game against Tottenham, the team has improved, the team is more confident, we have more experience, so it's the best thing.
And Eddie Howe's being talked of as a possible future England manager. You're two young managers, you're looking forward to the sort of tactical battle between the two of you?
Yes, because always against Eddie has been a really good games, because he's the kind of manager that when you are trying something different, he's doing something different. When he's doing something different, you have to try different things. So for a reason, I don't know, but if he's the England manager, he is a good appointment. But now Gareth is in charge, and also I hope that Gareth can do his job because he's another young manager and he's a really good manager.
A couple of seasons ago, we were Bournemouth and Watford were two of your big promotion rivals. They've both clubs learned to adapt to the Premier League very quickly, haven't they?
Yes, and the main thing is to add points, to have that experience, and they did last season really well. The same way that the club trusted me, Bournemouth trusted Eddie Howe last season, and it's not a coincidence why they are in this position now.
And while you didn't score at the Emirates, were you pleased at the number of chances you actually created?
Especially the last one, yes. If you asked me about the game against the Watford, the second half, I wasn't happy with the performance, but playing in the way that we played against West Ham, against the Watford the first half, at Tottenham the second half, and Arsenal, for sure one day we will score.
Just one, Aitor, you mentioned the importance of getting that home win. How important is it in terms of getting all your home crowd back on side and getting all the home crowd behind the players and giving them the confidence of playing at home as well?
Yes, it's amazing, but again, I don't want to become this game in an obsessed game, because it can be worse, especially when the following game is Man City, is Leicester, so I don't look at the fixture, but the people sometimes do. So we have to keep going, we have to know that it's going to be a tough game, but we are playing at home, we faced them 2 years ago, so we know them, knowing that they are better now than they were, but once again it's just to be ourselves, to play our style.
Aitor, can I ask, is everyone fitting well?
Yes, at the moment, yeah.
And Grant anywhere near?
Yeah, Grant is listening with the team. We are considering if we maybe can play with under 21 next game, so I'm really pleased with him, because with him on the pitch is different.
And you've been very consistent about how you want your team to play, but when you weren't getting results, do you ever doubt yourself? Do you ever think perhaps we need to do something different, or were you always confident that this would bring results?
No, that was never, because again, I trust me a lot. I trust my players a lot, my staff. So when the results are not coming, I know that I have to change something, but it's just because it's not the same to play against Arsenal away than to play Bournemouth at home and to play Man City away. So every single team is and every single game is different, but the plan is clear. The players know, especially the players who are with me the last 3 years. So we have to keep going.
I saw some quotes from Ben Gibson today. Nobody gave you a chance of getting anything at Arsenal, but he said you've been written off a few times over the last few years, but you're perhaps at your strongest when people do write you off. Do you see that in your players?
Sorry?
Do you see when people start to doubt what your players can do, they feel they're at their best? Do you see that?
I think because maybe I transmitted them my personality. Sometimes when you are criticized, you have to work harder, to work more, to show everybody that you are doing the right things, and you can do your job.
And you talked about the importance of getting the first home win. Is there almost more pressure on you at home because the onus is on you to take the game to the opponent?
No, because we know how good we are going to be supported from our supporters, so we know that they are going to be with us since the first second, and we know that one day we will win a game, and hopefully this game can be this Saturday. But once again, it's not the final, it's not a really important game. It's 3 points at home, but we have to keep going and to keep calm.
You've said that you shouldn't write off the chance of winning or getting a point from any game, even against the big teams, but are the games against the teams who are going to be around you, they're what are going to decide your fate this season?
Yes, of course, because for example, to lose against Watford, to lose against Crystal Palace, even when we didn't deserve to lose those games, now if you look at the table with 2 points from those games, we will be much better. So, but we lost those games, and now we are in that position. So we have to keep improving, and once again, improving in this way, we will win games at home and away.
You were a young manager, but you're coming up against an even younger manager this weekend. Does that show that young, fresh managers can succeed even at this high level? Have to be 20 years experience to manage in the Premier League.
Yes, and I think it's the life when you are old and you think that you know everything. It's a big mistake, and every single one who is coming, like Eddie, like me, like other guard in the national team. So when we are arriving, the veteran managers have to know that they can't sleep, and football is football. And now, especially when I was a player, and we have a lot of more technology, a lot more things to work, and you have to be ready, and you have to learn every single day.